when, before I got sober, I had this tour. It was called the Don't Try This at Home tour, and I would promote every show by saying, I will be drunk and on drugs or your money back. And I'm in it. And you watched me
What year was this?
That it started in 2001, and I ran that till like 2005. And I mean, you would just watch me get completely hammered on stage, like pounding tequila and shit. When I came out on stage, I would walk out with like a suitcase of Budweiser cans, and I'd toss them out of the crowd, and I would take the can. I would start out with one, and I would just bash my head with it until the can exploded. And I'd be particularly proud if the can broke into two separate pieces. And after I broke the one can, then I would take out two cans, one in each hand, and go back and forth, and break both of them. So every show, I would break 3 beers over my head. And I would do that like every night.
Oh my God.
And that, like what I understand about the CTE phenomenon is that you're absolutely right. It's not about how hard you get hit. It's the accumulation of lots of little hits, and that's why football is the biggest.
Did you suffer anything from that?
The worst part was then like after I got sober, I started doing stand up. Like initially, there was a period where I would do it with sparkling water cans.
And you were doing it still? You were still beating yourself in the head?
I did it for a little while. And
how many times do you think you've beaten yourself in the head? How many shows? If you had to count them all up.
Hundreds.
Hundreds. Oh my God.
Right. And I mean, as far as I can tell, I'm in pretty good shape. Tony Hawk told me one time, he says that he found out with regard to CTE that there's a gene which will make you predisposed to Alzheimer's disease.
APOE4. Yeah.
Yeah, and if you have that gene, then you're very much at risk for CTE. But if you don't have that gene, you're considerably less at risk. And he said that when he found that out, he went and got the test and determined that he did not have that gene. And when I heard that, like, I kind of chewed on it for a while. I ended up like it was kind of nagging at me, and I ended up like reaching back out to Tony. I said, "Hey, Tony, about that test, like, what was your plan if you did have the gene? You can't hit yourself in the head,
right?
You know?" And he's like, "Oh, well, I didn't have a plan." I'm like,
well, how can you have a plan after the fact?
Right, exactly. But so I'm like, I don't want to fucking go take that test. I don't want to know if I have that goddamn gene or not.
Well, if it's been this many years afterwards, you're not suffering. You probably don't have that gene.
I also went to. Like, and now, of course, famously, the whole CTE phenomenon, you can't find out if you have it until you've died and they've, like,
I think they can tell now.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I think there's a new way that they can tell before you die. But it used to be that they had to wait and do an autopsy on you.
Right. Well, I went to some, like, brain specialist kind of guy.
Were you having problems?
No. I just went because I was interested. And Dr. Drew sent me to this guy. It was actually when I was... and I was trying to get cauliflower ear as part of my multimedia comedy. And I remember telling you too that I was like, I'm gonna do a crazy bit, and I tried to get cauliflower ear. And I remember you telling me that you were like, nope, I don't support that. You said, I think that cauliflower ear is something that should be earned, you know, like it. And I remember thinking, oh well, like I became buddies with Chuck Liddell. And Chuck Liddell and I got together. We made the fucking funniest, craziest video, like of him trying to get like, I made this helmet that like I designed this helmet that left my ears sticking out, so it would protect my head from like headshots, a little bit, and my ears sticking out, and I got. Chuck Liddell fucking sets a golf ball on my ear and fucking whacks it off with a golf ball.
Did you get cauliflower ear?
No. Then we'd spent 2 days with Chuck trying to do it, and it just didn't work. Then I got together with Ronda Rousey and was on the mats with her, and she's like, her and Travis, just like roughing up my ear all day long, and they're looking at my ear. They're like, dude, we got it. That's it. You know, we got it. And then it just went away. Then I got together with Jorge Masvidal. He put his BMF belt over my ear, and he's just like punching it against a door. And he's like, dude, that's it right there, man. That's cauliflower. We got it.
Still no?
Then I got together with Jon Jones.
Oh my God.
I had like the who's who.
You're such a glutton for punishment.
I had the who's who of the UFC Hall of Fame, like, give their best shot. And everybody said, dude, we got it. And then it didn't work. Dude, Jon Jones blasted my ear into oblivion. like
Oh.
with a. He took what at the time was his current light heavyweight belt, and like. Oh yeah, there we go.
Oh, Jesus Christ. And he's hammering your ear?
Dude.
Oh, my God.
He so upsettingly overdid it that my ear got blasted apart.
And you still didn't get cauliflower. Oh, God, it's so bloody. Oh, my God, dude.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
We're not putting that
Did you
on
get
the
that? You
good.
just chipped it off? You didn't get stitched up? Just cut that little piece off?
Just chopped it off.
Oh,
With
no.
scissors. Yeah.
So you have like the Evander Holyfield. Like when
Well,
Tyson bit Holyfield's ear?
Right, dude. That was an idea that I pitched for Jackass like multiple times. I was like, dude, I want like Mike Tyson to bite a chunk off.
Oh, no. Oh, my God. You know he's selling gummies now of ears?
Yeah. For
Selling
sure.
weed gummies
Yeah.
of ears.